So I'm sure all of you guys have heard me, and I have very hard time standing on the stage, so I don't stand on the stage. First of all, thank you everyone. This is one of the, I speak all over the place, but this conference is my favorite conference because I get to see all the clients, somebody like Richard, been client for last 20 years, right? Incredible. And James, and Juan, Melissa, all the clients who you just feel like they're part of your family, and every one of you. So thank you to all our employees and all the partners who have come all the way. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we have some awesome information lined up for you. So you know, as I was preparing for this presentation, I was kind of thinking, like Holly said, what is she up to? Well, it's not trends, right? It's like midlife awareness. People call it midlife crisis, but midlife awareness, right? It's really, how do you simplify information? How do you make sure that we focus on what's most important? Because things are changing constantly. Digital trends are changing constantly. When I started 20 years ago, Google was not there, right? I started, if you guys know, I worked in hospitality industry. I was a marketer first, and then I started what I started doing. So search is constantly evolving. Our consumers are constantly evolving, and their behaviors are constantly evolving. And that's exactly what are we going to be talking about. That as search is evolving constantly, how do we keep up? Where should we focus? How do we communicate? How do we make sure that we are really focusing on things which matters? And what is that framework? Because communication is one of the biggest things. How do you put all of this together, right? Because our consumers are changing. Today they are on voice devices. 15 years ago, they used to be on desktop. Today, there are only 30% of people who are on desktop, and most of them are on mobile devices. Tomorrow, they might not be on any device, and they might be just talking to Google or Siri. And that is the change which is happening. So voice is literally taking over your entire journey. And I remember 15 years back when ranking high was as easy as just putting one keyword. Literally, you put one keyword, and you used to be number one. I remember getting call, and this is literally a story. Remember getting call from a customer. Where is Lynn Chris? Where somewhere here? Okay, right there, stay here. 16 years, 17 years with Milestone. Getting call from Lynn Chris because I wrote a book which was bought by, or Best Western bought the rights for that book. And there were a lot of links pointing back because here is somebody who knows internet marketing. And all of a sudden, I'm getting calls from all over the place, and I'm like, what happened? Well, what happened because AHLA just put in a link on their website saying, oh, reach out to this person. And it was that easy to just be number one for an entire world when it comes to internet marketing in hospitality industry, right? But it's changing now. Because people are not on desktop, they're on mobile. And most of the time, they're not even on mobile. They are talking to their phones. Like, that's what I tell my kids. Stop talking to your phone. Talk to me. Well, that's a different problem. Okay, so we are all living in Google Planet, right? We all drink Google Kool-Aid. Even though it's true or not, it is true, right? Almost 94% of share of today is controlled by Google. It's somehow surfaced on Google's screen. A lot of these guys don't even get to our site anymore, right? So are you guys wondering why are we here, right? We are here because we wanted to learn about digital strategy, but again, Google is taking all the results, then why are we here? Because search is completely changed today. It's not what it used to be 15 years back or 10 years back, even 3 years back. Search is about engagement. right? Social is a lot about engagement, and that's why constantly within Milestone, we are revamping the way we are communicating with our customers. We want to make sure when we are putting our social content, it is not aligned with a channel, it's aligned with customer strategy. What is the business problem we are trying to solve? Because engagement is most important metrics when it comes to social. And now let's think about this. This is probably one of the most important things, right? And this is my pet peeve, I have to say that. Year over year. Yes, it's really important, year over year. But year over year, your consumer trends are changing, right? You have 60% of clicks which don't even get to your website. 48% of clicks are just 0 clicks. Information is surfaced from your site on search results, right? On search results, right? So what's gonna happen? If we keep looking at year over year, we are missing out opportunity to connect with our customers, right? Because those customers are not even getting to your site. And this is, again, Rand is gonna be here, so I'm not gonna go into a lot of his studies. He does a phenomenal job, and we are just so blessed to have him with us today. So point here is, how do we make sure we are owning our Google home screen? How do we make sure we are owning interaction with our customer, or owning every single interaction when customer is touching us? So let's look at it again. This is specifically to hospitality industry. Meta is taking, or a lot of your non-branded keywords, which is hospitality and a city, is taken over by either Meta or OTAs, right? There are very few people, queries are going down. Now we don't really look for hotel plus this, and if we do, it's taken over by different third-party vendors, okay? So what does that really mean? And it's funny, when I look at this 23 years of building Milestone, it just comes back to the simple thing. Discovery searches, right? It used to be previous, before Google, you used to solve these problems meeting with customer. Now you solve all of these problems on the website, right? And then make sure that information is available to your customers. If you look at our search queries, 84% of queries today are not about your property. They are discovery searches, right? So let's make sure we are really satisfying the need of 84% of our people. So it's 80-20 rule. If we match that, then we are gonna win. And what does that really mean? When you're creating your content strategy, when we are creating our digital strategy, when we're creating our platform strategy, we have to make sure that we are integrating everything, not just the content, not just the platform, not just design. Everything needs to line up, right? So here is a little simplified version. When you create your content, and again, we have Michelle who's gonna be talking about content and overall SEO, but when you talk about informational, navigational, transactional, which is really, information is your 80% of content about your destination, about your property. And where do we get this? Just ask your frontline employees, right? Ask them, what is the business problem we need to solve? And I'll give you amazing example. If we can figure out what is the business problem our consumer has or customer has, and if we solve that, that is the most important thing, right? That is the most important thing, because it is about engagement, and engagement is about solving customer problems. So why I'm sharing this with you. This is a slide, actually, this information was shared in Google Marketing Live, that Google is building a very strong topical layer. And topical layer means multi-part queries, right? So when you're really thinking about camping, camping is not just camping, it's advice, it's best practices, it is packing guide, recipes, everything to do with camping. Everything to do with banking, everything to do with hospitality industry, everything to do with any industry or automobile industry. Let's take all the content which is available across all the agencies and all the PR companies, and let's start lining up everything and start tagging it. Start making sure that it's available for our consumer. And again, there are a lot of examples coming. And this topical layer is connected with each other, right? So things to do, when you have things to do, what is the time of the year, what are the checklists, what are gear, right? Everything is connected with each other. So then, let's say if you start with one topic, you have to nest that information across entire website and across your social channels, across your paid campaigns, because that's where we are winning our customer, when customer is touching multiple touch points. So here is an example, right? So again, I'll take Nico Hotel as an example, but there are a lot of other examples for pretty much, I think I cover a lot of clients. But if I missed some, sorry. But yes, I do have a lot of screenshots from a lot of clients. So right here, does Nico Hotel has a pool? It's a very simple query. But why did we decide to integrate that on a home page? Because when I asked this client, okay, give me 20 questions. They gave me 100 questions. We created a FAQ module that did really well. We won a US Search Award. Then we said, okay, now let's take this to next step. Let's take those 100 questions and let's put it on every single page. And then let's start think about the customer journey, right? What do you want to do first thing in the morning? When I go for a vacation, if I ever go for a vacation, my kids never get out of the bed. I'm always dragging them. And then I give up. I say, okay, fine, I'm going to go ahead and read my book. But this is how you plan your day, right? 9 a.m., what do you want to do at 9 a.m., 11 o'clock? And this information came from concierge. Very simple, right? Let's not think what we think. Let's ask our frontline employees because they know the best. And surprisingly, every single question we tagged here, it's like gold or diamond or whatever it is, like zero positioning. It's first query on every single voice search. And we just tagged it with schema. Of course, platform is phenomenal. It gets indexed, it gets crawls. So that's the awesomeness of platform. But bottom line, every single question is part of your digital strategy, design strategy, content strategy, and a voice strategy. And this gets really good. One, I happened to be in Grand Villas, Los Cabos. And, it was painful to get to the pool and then go up. And Juan, thank you so much. Hard to speak without him. So I said, okay, let's create FAQ on every single page. And it is today, when you go to Grand Villas, Los Cabos, kids pool, it shows up. Every single question just show up. It's phenomenal. It's just unbelievable to get entire information from the website on search results. But now let's think about it. These guys are not going to come to your website. Yes? Yes? Are they going to come to your website if you gave them information? Yes or no? Yes? James, yes or no? If you gave them information on the website, on Google search result, are they going to come to your website? No. Maybe. No. If you gave them information, why are they going to come? Right? Exactly. But you solved their problem. Exactly. So that's the whole point. If you gave them information right on Google search results, they are not going to come. Which is good, because it's not about them showing on your website, it's about solving problems, yes? That's why actually, if you guys, milestone, there is a little piece of paper here, right here, which is aligned with milestone values. Please do write after my speech, after my session, what is the problem we are not solving for you, or what are your SMART goals? Okay, now let's look at US Bank. This is something our team just shared with me, and it was just phenomenal to see. Routing number. And US Bank team is somewhere here. I did take permission to talk about it yesterday. I did, right? Thank you, Brenda. Can I talk about this? This is beautiful, right? Routing number. right? Now, nobody's clicking on this because you gave them what, but you want to be the answer. When your customer is looking for or is trying to solve a problem, let's be the answer for their problem. Yes? That's really, or McDonald's burger. So, zero positioning is all about solving customers' problem, right? It's not about attribution. It is not about year over year. It is not about anything. It's about solving problem, because conversational search is solving problem, right? You never go to your Siri or Google Home and you say, hey, hotel this thing, or automobile this thing. You're saying, hey, I'm having this problem, right? Solve my problem. And if voice search are going high, conversational content is really nothing more than solving problem for your customer. So it's come back to the same ground basic. Let's figure out what problem we are trying to solve, and let's make sure it's beautifully arranged and enabled and served for our customer. How does it sound? I need a little bit more energy here. Otherwise, I have to turn on Bollywood. Okay, so path to purchase. And a lot of you guys know that I love Bollywood, right? Okay, path to purchase is very, very complex today. And our goal is to really understand where all our customer is, right? Where is our customer? What channel? Which devices? What are they looking? What information is most critical to them? Path to purchase is also different based on each industry, right? From travel industry to automobile to loans, every industry has different path to purchase and how many days they take to convert. So, end of the day, what's our goal? Our goal is not attribution. Our goal is to win our customer. Yes? How many of us agree? Yeah, and of course, attribution comes. How many of us agree that we have to win our customer? Race for our consumer mind. Victor, that's very little small here. Okay, awesome. Okay, so race for consumer mind is so critical, right? Because consumer is constantly evolving. Their devices are evolving. How they are touching us is evolving. And we have to be there where our customer is. And this is what leads to my framework, digital marketing framework, a communication framework, which I'll be talking about, that winning each interaction is the key, right? It is midlife awareness, which again, I will talk to you when I introduce our amazing speaker. Okay, so let's go back to basic. What problem we are solving for our customer, and how do we make sure all our strategies and everything aligns with problem we are solving, right? Let's put it all together. I will start with the story, and I did not take a permission. Juan, I need a permission? No. Okay, thank you. See, this is called trust. Say whatever you want to say. Okay, so I'll start with a quick story. Juan is like 16-year-old, amazing customer. Every time he comes in, he wants to drive Tesla in insane mode, and I'm very scared driving Tesla in scared mode. But he had a goal. His goal was increase awareness. And a couple of months back, he called and he said, I want to increase awareness and I want more visitors. And okay, great. Unfortunately, we were talking and we were looking at all conversion strategy. I said, okay, but your goal is to get more people. How does getting more people has anything to do with your conversion strategy, right? And this is a big disconnect, right? This is a very big disconnect. We spend days and days and days talking to senior folks, vertical, horizontal, all different departments, but we are not able to communicate and align our goals with strategies, with tactics. Do you guys feel it's a huge problem in our ecosystem? How many of you? Yes? Yes? Okay. So that's what I'm trying to solve. How do we all align across all companies, industries, our partners. It doesn't matter if it's one partner or all partners. In our tools, everywhere, we are all talking about one strategy or one framework. So let's start with our customer's customer, right? That is the most important thing, which is micro movement, buyer's journey, yes? So it's very simple. First, let's figure out what are we really trying to do? What is the problem for our customer we are solving? Are they in a decision making or they are in exploration stage, right? We need to know that. Yes, everybody agrees? Okay. Second, we need to know what is our customer goal. We cannot be doing a strategy without knowing what is our customer goal, right? And third, let's put some SMART goals. Because you can have a goal, but if you don't have a SMART goal, then you're never really happy with what you accomplish, right? So let's put some kind of a SMART goal. And then, put strategies. What strategies? Which is the most important thing. What should not happen, that we have a strategy which is a reach strategy, but goal is a conversion goal, yes? For example, you could have a OTA as book direct as a strategy, but book direct is a conversion strategy. Everybody agrees? Yes? Or you can have convert as a strategy. You might be getting tons of traffic, but you don't care for more traffic. You really care to convert more. Yes? Agree? Yes. Okay. Now let's go to impact. How are we going to measure? And this is so critical, guys, that we are all there for one goal, right? All of us are aligned, whether it's one agency, two agencies, two partners, three partners, PR agency. Sometimes some of our big partners are working with multiple agencies. And they need to be working towards one goal. They cannot be working towards different goals. If you have a PR agency, if they are working on awareness, let's make sure their strategies are aligned with the digital agency and another, in-house agency, right? So all of this has to be together. And then, most important thing, what are the KPIs, right? For example, if we are really focused on conversion, our KPI cannot be top of the funnel, yeah? Or if you are focused on top of the funnel, then our KPI cannot be conversion. Because think about chatbots or think about voice devices. It's about conversation, right? How are we going to have conversation as a conversion goal? Conversation is, first you have a conversation before conversion happens. Yes, everybody agrees? What do you guys think about the framework? Okay, I'm not doing a good job here. Thank you. Okay, so this is the framework which is going to be rolling out and has rolled out. We did do a little bit of beta testing of this framework. Juan, how was the framework? How was the framework?
That's good.
That's it? Come on. Was it good?
Yes, a lot of work. I'm shy, but good.
Good? It worked? Awesome. So you guys are going to all be getting this. This is how our team is going to be communicating with all of you. It's in a framework. Tell us your goal. Tell us the problem we are trying to solve, and we are going to give you solution based on the problem. It's not about paid. It's not about organic. It's not about 100 other channels. It's about your business problem and how we are going to solve it. And that's why I have this piece of paper. You do please write down the problem we are not solving for you so that we can give you amazing recipes of how we can solve those problems for you. So what are we doing? We are creating, and there is a huge, immense amount of, recipes we are creating for different problems across different industry, right? So you need more traffic, you need more new business, you need more engagement and conversion. You need more group business. You need more leads. You need all of your business problems. We are putting all of this together across all the channels, right? Because end of the day, it's about aligning every single channel, and it's aligning, it's the same thing. It's aligning everybody to be working towards one goal, not in silos, right? Okay, so let's take, and you are gonna be seeing some of these visualization in our strategy platform coming soon, where you're gonna be able to take your goal, your business problem, align across different channels. And it doesn't matter, even if you're not using Milestone, you can have other vendors and their strategies within the Milestone platform, so you can share a beautiful picture and see the impact. Okay, so C4 team, where is C4 team? Somewhere here. Awesome, I told you. Okay, so here, their business problem is OTA, right? How are they gonna take traffic away from OTA? It's not gonna happen until you touch all 15 steps, which is across paid, which is email marketing, which is press releases, which is your direct campaign. Everything needs to happen, right? It's not about one agency, it's not about anybody, it's about solving that problem which is most critical. Okay. And then again, lot of engagement. If engagement is our goal, then we got to include every single channel across every agency, everywhere, right? So let's make sure we have beautiful imagery and a story to tell our customer. And right here, again, somehow I got Grand Villas, too many Grand Villas pictures. They're just so beautiful. But every client's images are phenomenal. But right here, so how do I improve awareness or engagement, right? So one of the business problem this client had, or Juan's property had, is how do I increase when people come into my property? It's hard enough to get them once they come into my property. How do I make sure that there is an engagement? And this is where we changed our event calendar. We made sure that in-property images or in-property events are marked with schema and enabled in local ecosystem, right? So lot of things were done just to ensure that we focus on a business problem and enabled it through technology and through graphics and through digital assets. Okay, right here, Renault. Business problem, I don't care about more traffic. I want to increase conversion. You're happy with your conversion, hopefully, yes? Okay. What an open-ended question I asked him, right? You can't say no. Okay, but yes, so going back, business problem is I want more conversion. And we did a lot of heat map testing, a lot of paid campaigns, and then we figured, okay, the business problem was gonna be solved when we changed all our click-through rates or CTRs. And that's what we did, right? We just focused on your business problem is to increase leads, and that's what we focused on, right? So end of the day, let's just sum it up. It's not about the channels. It's not about year over year. It is not about attribution. It's aligning everything towards one goal and SMART goal across all departments, because that's the only way to win, because it's not about consumer, it's all about consumer needs and winning that each interaction across every single channel. Because attribution is the hardest thing on a planet. We are moving towards multi-touch attribution, not last-click attribution. But when you do multi-touch attribution, if 60% of our clicks are gonna be zero positioning or alphabet click, they're not even coming to your website, right? What is the first thing we should do? Just put 100 FAQs, and if you're on Milestone platform, make sure they are tagged properly, because that is the biggest golden key, right? You want to be there where your customer is. You don't want to worry about that $1,000 paid click campaign, and again, that's great, you can do all that, but let's first make sure you have 90% of share for your customer and their mind. Okay, so going into the attribution model, it is not last click. It's based on your business and based on your what is the business problem we need to solve. You will see new attribution model we are launching. We are going to have your goals in our analytics setup, and you can see a full funnel reporting across all channels. It's just not, hey, you just showed up on your site. That's great, but what was the goal? Because your customer journey for your goal is very different. If your goal is to increase direct booking, then your attribution has to include all those touch points. Hey, so that's to sum up everything. Mobile web is here to stay. It's really important to think about engagement. If we don't have time to engage, don't worry about social, right? Social is all about engagement. Zero positioning is back to the same thing. Business is all about solving problem. And solving problem is zero positioning. And search engine makes it easy. You don't have to get to the site. It's all information is surfaced right on search engine results. Starts with the goal. You guys like the race model? Yes? Okay, it's going to start coming in your QBRs, and it's already coming in your tools and your platform. It's about focusing. How do we communicate? How do we communicate effectively? How do we align entire organization so we don't have to spend 2 days just thinking about what to communicate. Let's spend 2 days thinking about what problem we have to solve for our customer. And knowing environmental factors. There are a lot of things which are impacting your customers. And moving away from last click, right? Cannot be last click because your customer journey is constantly evolving. It is based on your customer, based on the business problem. And that's pretty much it. Well, awesome. So I did. Thank you.